Hello students, in this video session let us understand realization of digital IIR system. Till now you have implemented or realized or designed digital systems like Chebyshev filters, Butterworth filters, etc. But they need to be implemented. How we are going to implement it? We are going to implement it practically using some microcontrollers or processors. What actually we are doing is we are trying to implement those filters with the help of delay elements, multipliers, summing amplifiers, etc. Hence, let us understand the structure of such digital systems. Okay, you know that digital system means what? It is represented by h of z. We are representing it with h of z, whereas analog means h of s, digital means it is represented by h of z. See, this is the filter h of z, whatever is there, that is a filter. It takes input x of z and provides the output y of z. That's how the filter structure will be. If you take that into time domain, input is x of n, the filter transfer function or impulse function is h of n, and the output is y of n. We are generally having two ways to represent a digital system. First, it is represented as h of z, which is ratio of output y of z and input x of z. We are giving it as the ratio of polynomials. That means we are representing it with b0 plus b1 z raised to minus 1 plus b2 z raised to minus 2 plus b3 z raised to minus 3 so on, divided by a0 plus a1 z raised to minus 1 plus a2 z raised to minus 2 plus so on. Here a0 must be equal to 1. Please note that this value is 1. A0 will be 1. Now, this is one way of representing a digital system. What way? That is ratio of two polynomials. Okay. Now, another way of representing it is difference equation representation. How to represent it in time domain? That means the second type. This is the first way, as I represented ratio of polynomials. Second way is with time domain representation. What I do is just cross multiply this equation. Y of z is multiplied by, as I told you already, a0 is taken as 1. 1 plus a1 z raised to minus 1 plus a2 z raised to minus 2 plus so on is equal to, I just representing this cross multiplying x of z b0 plus b1 z raised to minus 1 plus b2 z raised to minus 2 so on. I took y of z inside. Obviously the a0 value is taken as 1 here. Please note a0 value is taken as 1. Y of z plus a1 z raised to minus 1 y of z, a2 z raised to minus 2 y of z so on is equal to, I have to taken inside x of z, b0 x of z plus b1 z raised to minus 1 x of z plus b2 z raised to minus 2 x of z. Taking above equation into time domain, what happens? It represented as y of z becomes y of n, z raised to minus 1 y of z becomes y of n minus 1, hence it becomes a1 y of n minus 1 plus a2 y of n minus 2 so on is equal to b0 x of n plus, and you have come across these equations already. Finally, I am taking y of n one side and rest all terms on the other side. Hence, y of n becomes equal to minus a1 y of n minus 1 minus a2 y of n minus 2 plus so on plus b0 x of n plus b1 x of n minus 1 plus b2 x of n minus 2 plus so on. Hence, this is the second way of representing a digital IIR system. What way? It is represented as difference equation. What are the two ways to represent a digital IIR system? One way is h of z, which is ratio of two polynomials. Second way is difference equation representation. Hence, please note these two will help us in realization or implementing a digital system. Let us go ahead with the next board where I will be explaining you what are the different ways to realize the digital systems. Okay. Continuing, we will see what are the different types of representations for digital IIR systems. Okay. Already in previous board you have come across that h of z is represented as b0 plus b1 z raised to minus 1 plus b2 z raised to minus 2 plus so on divided by 1 plus a1 z raised to minus 1 plus a2 z raised to minus 2 plus so on. That means ratio of two polynomials. See, there are four types of representation. First is direct form 1 representation. A direct form 1 representation implements directly these polynomials, both numerator polynomial and denominator polynomial. Okay, numerator and denominator polynomial, it is represented. Directly this equation is implemented, and it needs both the delay elements at the input side as well as at the output side, you have to note. Whereas direct form 2 representation, see, direct form 2 representation is trying to reduce some delay elements. It is same as direct form 1, whereas it is input and outputs are shuffled and delay elements are reduced. That's what is done in case of direct form 2 representation. Cascaded realization or cascaded form realization. Cascaded realization, what it does is, given h of z, it is taken as multiplication of two polynomials. For example, if there is third order polynomial, then you are dividing that third order polynomial into second order and first order, like that. You are trying to divide it and see to that h of z becomes multiplication of two polynomials, and then you are representing each of the structures. Parallel form representation, it is the fourth way of realization. It is done in such a way that h of z becomes equal to h1z plus h2z plus h3z, so on. We are making mainly here partial fraction expansion. Please note that partial fraction expansion is used so as to represent parallel form or so as to implement parallel form. The structure will be a common input x of z will be there for all the individual h1z, h2z, etc., and there will be a summing. Because of this there will be one summing point which adds all h and gives the output. Actually, there are no theoretical backgrounds required here. We need to realize this directly. We need to deal with some numerical examples. The next board where I will be taking a numerical example and solving, you will understand. Actually, all these four types of realizations you have done in your previous signals and system. But anyway, again it becomes a refresher so that you can realize all the four types of digital IR system realization. Okay, thank you. Okay, let us take a numerical example which says that h of z is equal to 1 minus half z raised to minus 1 divided by 1 minus 7 by 12 z raised to minus 1 plus 1 by 12 z raised to minus 2. In this we have to implement or realize this digital IR system using direct form 1, direct form 2, cascaded and parallel structures. Okay, let us do first direct form 1. Direct form 1 structure. What you do in direct form structure is you will be implementing, you please take this as input side, okay, representation, and this as output side or y representation. Please see that this first term should be always 1 because it is a y representation. It should be always a naught must be always equal to 1. If it is not there, no, you have to divide and see to that it is 1. That is first thing which you should see there, observe there. Now let us implement it. Very simple. Take an input node and represent it as x of n. Take an input node. See how many delay elements are there. There is only one delay element at this side or numerator side, or that I will take it as input side. Just have one delay element, z raised to minus 1. Okay. Similarly, come to the output side. At a distance you have the output node here. Represent it as y of n, and this equation you have to implement. See to that how many delay elements are available, 1 and 2. Hence please see that 2 delay elements are put there, 1 and 2 delay elements. Okay. Now first I have to implement this input. See, first thing is this B naught. B naught is 1 here in this equation. Okay. Then as I told you, it is ratio of two polynomials, B naught plus B1 z raised to minus 1 plus B2 z raised to minus 2 divided by 1 plus A1 z raised to minus 1 plus A2 z raised to minus 2, like that. I have to implement directly. First I gave B naught is equal to 1. Then this B1 becomes equal to minus 1 by 2. Minus 1 by 2. I want one summing here. One summing here. Similarly, coming to the output side, this is the A0 value. A0 always should be 1. If it is not there, you have to make it 1 by dividing. Then see, rest all goes to the other side. Hence, whatever values are there, no, you have to take the negative of that. A1 here becomes represented as 7 by 12, because minus 7 by 12 is given. When it comes to the structure, it becomes 7 by 12. Similarly, next 1 by 12 is there, it goes and represented here as minus 1 by 12. Okay, the theoretical details were given to you in your previous semesters, and there is one summing here, there is one summing here. See, join these two. This becomes actually the center point, which is taken as Wn. Wn. Now, this is the input x of n. This is the output y of n. I hope you understood how exactly to implement direct form 1 structure. Then let us go to, please note that these terms, this minus 7 by 12 is there when it goes 7 by 12. 1 by 12 is there when it goes to structure, it becomes minus 1 by 12. Let us see direct form 2 structure, where direct form 2 structure is very similar to direct form 1, but there is a central delay element and input and outputs are swapped with each other. It reduces the delay element, it becomes simple. Okay, what you have to do is take the central points, or we call it as Wn. There the maximum delay elements which are there in the structure you implement first. That means how much maximum delay elements are there? 2 delay elements, hence 1 and 2. Okay, 2 delay elements are put there. And then this side or the output side, whatever is there, no, there you will be implementing the input. See here, first here B0 is equal to 1. Next is B1 minus 1 by 2. Okay, and this side or the input side, I will be implementing the denominator polynomial equation. Obviously here A0 is equal to 1. Next values, please note that next values apart from A0, next values are negated. It becomes 7 by 12. Next it is minus 1 by 12. One summing is required here, one summing is required here. Actually these summing points are directly from equation. There is one summing here, two summing here. This is one summing at the numerator. Then this becomes the output y of n. This becomes the input x of n. I hope this is how you can represent direct form 2 realization, or direct form 2 realization is done with the help of central delay element which starts. And at the output side I will be implementing input polynomial equation, and input side I will be realizing the output polynomial. Okay, this is how direct form 2 is realized. Okay. You have to practice a lot of problems in direct form 1 and 2 so that the next cascade and parallel can be implemented easily. Generally direct form 2 is implemented in both cascaded and parallel. Let us go to the next board where I will be dealing with cascaded realization. Let us go with the cascaded realization. Here the given numerator polynomial is of the first order, given denominator polynomial is of the second order. Hence, I will divide the given second order denominator polynomial into two first order polynomials. You see, if you are having any doubts regarding say decomposing a given second order into two first orders, you can see another video, but for the time being I shall give directly the answer that given second order polynomial 1 minus 7 by 12 z raised to minus 1 plus 1 by 12 z raised to minus 2 is divided into or composed into 1 minus 1 by 3 z raised to minus 1 multiplied by 1 minus 1 by 4 z raised to minus 1. Now this structure whatever is there, or this representation whatever is there, no, I will be having it as multiplication of two structures. That means you see 1 minus 1 by 2 z raised to minus 1 divided by 1 minus 1 by 3 z raised to minus 1. This is one structure multiplied by 1 divided by 1 minus 1 by 4 z raised to minus 1. I hope you understood. This becomes h1z now, and this becomes h2z. Hence h of z whatever is there, that is h1z multiplied by h2z. Now I have to implement this a cascaded realization. I have to implement it with a cascaded realization. Let us do that now. I will be doing direct form 2 only. Hence you see first structure I will implement it. First structure or h1z. How I will do it? Just take a central limb here. Just take a central limb, central point or W point, and there what I do here is I just, how many deal elements? One deal element is required, z raised to minus 1. Okay, and to this side I will be implementing the numerator, that means 1 and then minus 1 by 2 and here 1. Okay, that is my a0, and then minus 1 by 3. Please keep it in mind, this point minus 1 by 3 is there, it becomes 1 by 3. This is one summing point, this is one summing point. This became input x of n, and then I have to implement the next structure. For the next structure realization, again I will take a central point, and then here one delay element I want, isn't it? Second structure h2z, if you observe, z raised to minus 1, and this is I have to implement here b0 become equal to 1. Okay, no more points. Coming to the denominator, this is 1 and this is minus 1 by 4 which is there, no, it becomes 1 by 4, 1 summing. There are no summers required at the output. Join these two and this becomes the output y of n. See here, this is the input or the complete structure h1 of z. This is the complete structure for h2z. Okay, h2z. Hence h1z multiplied by h2z. That's how the cascaded realization is done. See to that a given polynomial is to be decomposed. Suppose third order polynomial is there, you have to divide it as per the requirement, second and first order. Anyway, in parallel realization I will demonstrate you with the calculator how exactly to decompose a given higher order polynomial into lower orders, okay, or finding out the roots, etc. You might be knowing, you might be well versed with the calculator operations, but anyway, students who cannot understand that, I will do it anyway. Next is about implementing parallel structure. Let us go to the next board. Hello students, in the last board we have seen direct form 1, 2 realization as well as cascaded realization. In this board, let us understand parallel form realization. Mainly the parallel form realization depends upon partial fraction expansion of the given equation. Let us solve this. Already h of z is given to you, which is of this kind. In the previous cascaded session we have taken it. It is factorized into 1 minus 1 by 3 z raised to minus 1, 1 minus 1 by 4 z raised to minus 1. Because this denominator polynomial which is there, no second order, I have factorized into two first order equations. If you are having doubts in factorizing the given second order equation or third order equation, you please refer. I will be uploading another video. For the time being, you can take that this is the factorized form of second order denominator polynomial. Now use partial fraction expansion. Use partial fraction. That means h of z, which is 1 minus half z raised to minus 1 whole divided by 1 minus 1 by 3 z raised to minus 1, 1 minus 1 by 4 z raised to minus 1 is equal to a divided by 1 minus 1 by 3 z raised to minus 1 plus b divided by 1 minus 1 by 4 z raised to minus 1. Okay. Now to find a, what you will be doing is a becomes equal to, in this side this 1 minus 1 by 3 z raised to minus 1 goes. To find a, obviously you know that this equation becomes 0, isn't it? That means to find a, what you have to do is 1 minus 1 by 3 z raised to minus 1 must become 0, or 1 by 3 z raised to minus 1 must becomes 1, or z raised to minus 1 becomes 3. Z raised to minus 1 becomes equal to 3, isn't it? Z raised to minus 1 becomes equal to 3, hence you have to substitute for that. To find a, simply I am just using this. A becomes equal to this equation 1 minus half z raised to minus 1 divided by, this goes out because 1 minus 1 by 3 z raised to minus 1 is the factor which is there with a, 1 minus 1 by 4 z raised to minus 1 with z raised to minus 1 equal to 3. That means 1 minus half into 3 whole divided by 1 minus 1 by 4 into 3. You will see that a becomes equal to minus 2. To find b, what you will do to find b? Here to find b, 1 minus 1 by 4 z raised to minus 1 becomes 0, must be equal to 0. This implies that 1 by 4 z raised to minus 1 is equal to 1, or z raised to minus 1 becomes equal to 4. That's what I want. Now let us go to find b. To find b, obviously here in this equation b becomes equal to 1 minus half z raised to minus 1 divided by 1 minus 1 by 3 z raised to minus 1, because this factor goes, it is associated with b, hence z raised to minus 1 must be equal to 4. If you put this 1 minus 1 by 2 into 4 divided by 1 minus 1 by 3 into 4, you can see that the answer becomes equal to 3. B value became equal to 3. Hence, given h of z, you can see to that, given h of z, you can see to that a divided by, a means minus 2 divided by 1 minus 1 by 3 z raised to minus 1 plus b is 3 divided by 1 minus 1 by 4 z raised to minus 1. That's what is the h of z. Now it is in the form that h1z plus H2Z plus so on if it is there. Now you have to implement this structure. I have to implement H of Z, which is in the form of H1Z plus H2Z. Let us do that. First, let us implement H1Z. So as to implement H1Z, this is the numerator or the input side. Okay, this is denominator, which is output side. Obviously, I will take a central limb here. Central limb or central point. I will have one delay element, and the output side I will be implementing the numerator, that is B0 becomes equal to -2. No further things are there. And this side it is 1. Next, -1/3 is there. You have to put minus of -1/3. Please, this is the important point. -1/3 is there here. It becomes 1/3. One summing point. This is, keep it there. Now the second structure which is there, second structure or H2Z I have to implement. Just take again the central limb and then one delay element, and numerator B0 becomes equal to 3 for this. No further structures are involved. Now this is 1 A0, and -1/4 is there, that is transformed into minus of minus, that is 1/4. Then the further structure summing up. Okay, now this is the output of the first, this is the output of second, this is the output of the first. What you have to do is these are having a common input. These are having a common input, which is x of n, whereas the output of this, please see that the output of these are summed up. There is a summing amplifier required here, or summer is required here, which is of this. I am implementing this summing here. Hence this is the output y of n. Hence this is the structure which is required. This is completely H1Z. And this is completely H2Z. This is H2Z, this is H1Z, having common input x of n, and they are summed up to give the output y of n. This is how the parallel form realization is to be implemented, or we have to realize. What is very important? We need to have partial fraction expansion. Partial fraction expansion is important. See, student may be having doubt in how I factorized this. Please see a video on this. Some students may be knowing it, some may not be knowing it, but anyway, I need to factorize with respect to z raised to -1. Z raised to -1. Hence, I will be uploading a video regarding factorizing. Please go through that video and study that. Factorizing is very important. This is how parallel form realization is done. This module 4 realization of the filters I have completed. You practice a lot of problems. Another video I will be uploading, or in this session itself I may continue regarding a difference equation if it is given, how exactly to have realization of the structure. Okay, thank you. If you are having any doubts, you can contact in this regard.